Shalom. I would like to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace to the hopeful elect scattered abroad down the four corners of the earth. So, as many of y'all should have heard, this U.S. dock strike is currently happening, and it's looking like it's real. So today is October 1st, and they have yet to reach an agreement. So they're saying that if they just miss one day of work, then they fall behind by a week. So who knows how long this strike is going to go on for. However, what we do know is that the dock company or companies, they want to replace the workers with automation. So they're not going for that. So I guess they figure that it's now or never for them. Either they stand up for a cause now or eventually have their jobs replaced down the line. So that's why they want to ask for a 70% raise. They want to cash all in, I suppose. So the way I see it, that's not going to happen. They're not going to get a 70% raise. I mean, come on, let's be real. So this situation can potentially be really bad. Because if you think inflation is in a bad state now, man, just imagine when the supply chain is affected. It's going to cause grocery prices to skyrocket. So let me just play the audio to a news clip that I have right here that I was watching.
This strike up and along the east and Gulf Coast of the US. In terms of what to watch for in the days and weeks ahead, do we have a sense of where the leverage lies? Clearly, union workers think they have the upper hand at this point. The response as well across the US in terms of how consumers respond to this. There's a potential inflationary impact. How do you see the chips falling in the days ahead in terms of public support for this strike?
Yeah, well, it will be interesting to see how quickly the economic pain reaches the consumers. Retailers and manufacturers leading up to this deadline, it boosted their inventories, so you would think that there would be some buffer there for at least a couple of weeks to withstand the shock of a strike to the supply chain. But things like food and we can't sit on ships indefinitely before they just spoil or and so we're looking at
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
the consumer is really the big question here. How quickly will this lead to real economic hardship leading into the holidays? It's the big time of year for retailers, but we'll see how well they've prepared themselves if this drags on for a couple of weeks or more.
So, y'all heard the audio. Like I said, this gonna get real. So, I just have one precept for y'all. So this is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that they may run that readeth it. So the whole point of a prophet is to receive visions from the Most High and to write them down in a book. The Bible prophesies about the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. And so, as for me, I'm not concerned about all this other stuff that's going on in the news. Like, forget Diddy, forget all that other nonsense. I mean, we have to focus in on prophecy. You understand? Things that relate towards, our real lives. You know what I mean? So if you think that times is rough now in 2024, we're really towards the end of 2024. I can just imagine what it's gonna be like in 2025. You know what I mean? And this is all going on. The strike, it's happening just days before the election. So I heard another clip from Biden saying that he's not even gonna step in on this. He's just gonna let the docs and the unions handle it. So I mean, this is a disaster. So personally, I would be surprised if they reached a deal in a soon time frame, you know what I mean? Or if ever. But if they did reach a deal, these workers, they're not getting a 70% raise. I mean, I really don't see it. That's almost double their salary. So let's just see how this plays out. But this is day one now. They haven't reached a deal. So anyway, with that, shalom. Until next time.